John Lewis, a lion of the civil rights movement whose bloody beating by Alabama state troopers in 1965 helped to galvanize opposition to racial segregation, and who went on to a long and celebrated career in Congress, has died. He was 80 years old. Lewis's announcement in late December 2019 that he had been diagnosed with advanced pancreatic cancer drew support from all sides. Joining us now to talk more from Greenville, South Carolina is Dr. Yue Thompson. Dr. Yue, this announcement came actually just hours after the passing of the Reverend C.T. Vivian, who was also another civil rights leader who died early on Friday at the age of 95. Certainly a very unique weekend for the African American community.
Absolutely, Nietzsche. These two pioneers of the civil rights movement and era ushered in so much of what we as Black Americans enjoy today, privileges, access that we would not have had. So truly, this has been a very disheartening weekend. Heaven has gained two pioneers. The earth has lost two mighty oaks. It is definitely a sad time.
Lewis was the youngest and the last survivor of the Big Six civil rights activists, group that was led by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that had the greatest impact on the movement. He was also best known for leading some 600 protesters in the Bloody Sunday March across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. We're talking about a person who has history and who has made change. As I looked at my social media, Dr. Yue, I saw many people who were grieving his loss, but also celebrating his accomplishments.
Absolutely, Nietzsche. I had the privilege of meeting Congressman Lewis on many occasions. One in particular that I spoke of yesterday, giving him tribute, was at the Lorraine Motel where Dr. King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. And I remember standing in the spot beside him, and he became very emotional. And he said, this could have been me in this spot. It could have been me on that bridge in Selma. So truly, Nietzsche, he was just a towering figure who had so much poise and grace. And he was just a man of great strengths and extraordinary talents. Just being in his presence gave you hope for a better tomorrow, a brighter future. It made you want to be and do more for yourself and for your family and for your community. He was just a notable, admirable figure, and I'm honored to have known him, and I do grieve his loss.
Dr. Yue, at the age of 25, as he was at the front of the march, he was knocked to the ground and beaten by the police. His skull was fractured, and nationally televised images of the brutality forced the country's attention on racial oppression in the South. We're talking about a person who definitely fought for what he believed and stood for what he believed. Share just your final thoughts on this great man.
Nietzsche, he was beaten I think over 40 times, and even he thought he was going to die. He was at death's door, but he did not let anything that he had been through via civil rights era keep him from climbing, keep him from being.
Sure.
He did not use it as a crutch or handicap, but Nietzsche went forward, positive, always looking for the best in America, being hopeful of a brighter day, and always appealing to America to be the place that he knew we could be. And I'm honored that I had the privilege of meeting him, Nietzsche, and I'm again saddened that he have passed away.
Certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and all those that knew him and loved him. Dr. Yue, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nietzsche. Always my pleasure. And thank you for this story.